What happens when love's on the line, but you can't make eyes at your soulmate? This is the heart. Pounding start of love is Blind. France, a dazzling experiment that takes all the intrigue, drama, and emotion from the global phenomenon and pours it right into the most romantic country on earth. Whether you're ready for true love, true chaos, or both, episode 1 hooks you with all the hope, laughter, heartbreak, and a surprise engagement before anyone's even seen a face. So let's dive in. The scene is set in Paris, but there's no Eiffel Tower or riverside strolls at first. Instead, our new cast of singles, stylish, smart, and each with a story to tell, gather in a sleek lounge, buzzing with nerves and excitement. They're here for a radical experiment. Can they fall in love and even get engaged without ever seeing each other? Basing everything on voice, vulnerability, and emotional connection. The French twist is palpable. More candid talk, more emotional moments, and that certain European directness about what everyone wants, from children to career to sex. This first episode wastes no time introducing us to the hopefuls, all sharp with personality and hungry for something real. There's Julie, a 34-year-old events manager, looking for someone to lean on after focusing so much on her career. Charles, a charming digital entrepreneur and MMA fan, is ready to build a family after a tough childhood. There's Chloe, heart on her sleeve, a physiotherapist who's been burned but still believes she can find her forever after. And she'll surprise everyone by finding something electrifying in the pods. From the start, no one's here to mess around. The group's a little older than your usual dating show crew, mostly 30 plus, and you see right away that drama will come from deeper places than just a bit of flirting. They're brutally honest about baggage, breakups, divorce, even childhood wounds. Each confesses their emotional bruises, lost parents, betrayals, being left to fend for themselves, or just being overlooked in love and family life. It's not just vulnerability for the cameras. You see the stakes rise as people open up completely to strangers behind a wall, hoping that this time someone will truly see them. The experiment kicks off as the men and women split into their luxurious living areas and the pods open, those futuristic little rooms where all the magic happens, with candidates only able to hear each other. Right away, the first round of speed dates gives off sparks and a few awkward bonjour giggles. There's instant chemistry between Chloe and Alexandra, two kindred spirits who bond over music, travel, and heartbreak. Both have been mistreated in the past. Chloe's ex betrayed her. Alexandra was cheated on by his longtime sweetheart, but they're drawn together by the deep emotions and sensitivity in their conversations. Other connections bloom as well. Julie finds common ground with Charles as they swap stories of broken families and the desire to build something stronger. Tatiana, a single mom and determined businesswoman, hits it off with Thomas, who's also raising a child. Their quick-fire connection grows even deeper when they realize they're both from the same tiny French town, a green flag that leaves them giddy with hope. Meanwhile, ambitious Kim, a real estate lawyer with high professional and personal standards, is vibing hard with cheeky, globe-trotting Clement. Their conversation veers quickly into sexy banter and intellectual sparring, geopolitics, conference going, and even their preferences in the bedroom. For Kim, who admits to being hard to please, this chemistry feels rare, and the heat is undeniable. Yet, as the days go on, all leading up to the possible weddings in a mere 45 days, we see the classic Love is Blind twists already starting to stir. There's a love triangle brewing. Thomas, the gentle architect, is drawn to both Tatiana. They have children and a hometown in common, and Kim shared professional ambition and that purely magnetic, nearly irresistible spark. Tatiana, tired of always having to fight for love and having her guard up as a single mom, makes it clear she wants someone who chooses her first. When Thomas admits he's still thinking about Kim too, Tatiana is quietly devastated but refuses to grovel for attention. This classic Love is Blind conflict. Who will the guy choose, and will the rejected woman stay strong, is already laid out, and we can sense that tears are coming, especially for Tatiana, who's hoping, just this once, to be someone's obvious choice. On the other hand, cracks of jealousy and competitive banter emerge between Charles's two promising connections: the bold, funny Sarah and the warm, understanding Julie. Both women are strong personalities with very different energies, forcing Charles to decide whether he's more drawn to wit and assertiveness or soft resilience. They're openly discussing marriage, infidelity, kids, and even their favorite positions, making sure these aren't just relationships, but real-life partnerships in the making. No topic is off limits, and for Sarah especially, this is a test. Will these men truly respect her boundaries and culture? She's clear about her values, especially modesty in discussing intimacy. And Charles's respectful response plants a flag for trust and understanding. Then there's the tension between emotional connection and physical chemistry. Some in the group admit concern. What if they fall in love with someone, but there's no spark when the doors finally open? The metaphor makes rounds, like reading a book and loving the character, only to see a movie adaptation and find something's missing. Still, most are ready to take the leap, convinced their hearts have already decided. As the episode builds towards its stunning finale, we focus in on Chloe and Alexandre. Their connection has deepened at lightning speed. Through the wall, they confess wounds, dreams, and even giggle about pet peeves and vibes. She's been haunted by betrayal. He's struggled with trust issues from an old heartbreak. But after hours of vulnerable conversation and a moving, poetic letter from Alexandra, the impossible happens. He proposes, and Chloe says yes without hesitation, the two declaring their love through the barrier and sharing a whirlwind of laughter, tears, and declarations of 1,000 times yes. It's raw, honestly a little dizzying, and all the more romantic for it. Neither can believe it, but both agree this feels more real than anything they've ever experienced. The episode closes on this emotional high note, but not without sowing more seeds for future drama. As the rest of the group starts to develop their own crushes, there are already rumblings of jealousy, nervousness, and doubt. There are rivalries, especially with Thomas caught between two incredible women, and Charles forced into an impossible choice between bright sparks and deeper connection. The confessional moments remind us that despite the initial euphoria, this experiment won't be easy. There will be heartbreak ahead. Some already sense it. But also the possibility that out of all this chaos, real love could actually win. All in all, episode 1 of Love is Blind France is a roller coaster of hope and heartbreak, set against the unique culture and candor that France brings. With an engagement already locked in before the first meeting, old wounds gently exposed, and triangles starting to form, The show promises explosive reveals, emotional growth, and wild unpredictability in the weeks ahead. And that's it for our deep dive into Love is Blind E France, Episode 1. What did you think of Chloe and Alexandre's blind engagement? Who's your early favorite couple? And who do you think will crash and burn? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Give us a like if you're hooked already. Share with your fellow reality TV lovers. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll be covering every twist, every heartbreak, and every we along the way. See you next time.